Cole Palmer is a doubt for FPL Game Week 22. What should we be doing with him? Should we be sticking with him? Should we be captaining him? Here is the quote. By the way, if you're an FPL fan and you're not subscribed, please do hit subscribe on this channel for all the latest FPL news and content. But this is the quote what Enzo Maresca had to say about Cole Palmer. He said that Cole Palmer is a doubt. He was not in the session today. Cole didn't train today. We don't know if he will train in the next 2 days. That doesn't sound ideal. Chances are I still do think Cole Palmer will end up playing. But for me, this is 100% enough to put me off captaining him in any chance. If Maresca's saying that he doesn't know if he'll train in the next 2 days, Chelsea's game is on Monday night, by the way, against Wolves. So it is, he has got longer to recover, Cole Palmer has. But for me, that's enough to put me off him just because he's saying that he doesn't know if he'll train in the next 2 days. So for me, that's enough to put myself off captaining Cole Palmer personally. Now, the injury that he picked up was actually in the match against Bournemouth. He went down holding his ankle and he was down for a couple of minutes and he ended up playing on in the second half and still playing the match fine. But obviously, this injury has come back up again after the match that he's played against Bournemouth, which isn't ideal. But the fact that he managed to get through Bournemouth, it can't have been too bad at the time. So you would think it shouldn't be a too serious injury, you'd hope anyway. But as I say, he did pick up that injury in the game against Bournemouth. Also, as well, it's worth knowing, if you're an Ismail Assar owner, you need to be watching out as well because he has picked up a knock as well, a potential problem with his hamstring. Doesn't sound like it's too serious for what Glasner was saying, but it might be enough to make it, to bench him for the game. Crystal Palace might not want to risk him in the match. So if you have Ismail Assar, definitely worth noting that is as well. Also as well, with Luis Diaz, he's apparently had a sore throat and he didn't train yesterday, but he's expected to be training today. But he has been yellow flagged on FPL, so interesting, but I think Luis Diaz should be fine. Also, Jota as well has picked up a slight knock as well, so we're not sure if Jota will be able to play. I'd still expect the Liverpool front three to be Luis Diaz, Gakpo and Salah, but it could potentially change if Luis Diaz and maybe Darwin Núñez could come into the starting 11, but I think if Luis Diaz is training today, I think he'll be absolutely fine for the game for Liverpool. But let's discuss the captaincy for FPL Game Week 22. If we're not going to be captaining Cole Palmer, who probably would have been most people's #1 choice this week, the other players are, of course, Mo Salah and Haaland, which are going to be mostly captained by people. It's worth noting that Newcastle do actually play in the early kickoff against Bournemouth. Obviously, Isak is on for that record-breaking Jamie Vardy record of scoring in consecutive games. He's currently on 8 games in a row, chasing that 11-goal Premier League record. But, as Gandhi says, never back the early kickoff. And as I say, Newcastle are the 12:30 kickoff on the Saturday, so make of that what you will. But for me, I mean, I'm not Captain Isak because of that theory, but it definitely adds to it. But for me, I do just think Mo Salah is still the #1 captain. Obviously, if you look at the fixtures there, Cole Palmer has the best fixture, I'd say. Then Mo Salah, Brentford aren't the best defensively. They are at home, Brentford are, which is decent for them, but I still do think Liverpool will get chances. We saw in the Man City game, Brentford weren't the most solid defensively, and against Liverpool are a much better attack than Man City, in my opinion. And with Mo Salah against them, I do think he'll do well, and I do think he is the #1 captain option now that Cole Palmer is injured. And obviously, Isak, Bournemouth at home, it's a decent enough fixture, and you probably expect Newcastle to score at least a goal or two in that game, but Bournemouth are a better side defensively than Brentford. So for me, I'm still backing Mohamed Salah. I've just got to go for him. Even though he flopped last week, I still do back Mohamed Salah this week. And Isak, as I say, he's not a bad option. If you want to go for Isak, then that's absolutely fair enough. I don't think he's a bad option at all. I just personally prefer Mo Salah over Isak. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. Drop a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you are new around here. And thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you in the next one.